Welcome to Subramani. Continuing our retirement series or the post-retirement series. Suppose there is a couple, let us call them A and B, and they're just sitting with them and finding out how much they require in retirement, and you realize that they require about, say, 7 lakhs. 60,000 per month is their expenses. They have some medical reasons why they have 7 lakhs. And that's fine. She has been working in the government and she has a pension of about 4 lakhs. This is not greatly indexed, but she is getting 4 lakhs there. So her gap is now 3 lakhs. So the couple now need 3 lakhs from their portfolio. So then the portfolio has to be planned for 3 lakhs. So when I say have 5 years expenses, I would mean only 15 lakhs, right? Because only the gap has to be provided. 4 lakhs will anyway come from her pension. He does not have a pension, but he was working in a company which has given him good retirement benefits. So this is the combination that they want. So the first step is to do a sustainability test, saying that if you have 1 crore of corpus, can you get 4 lakhs per annum from that with using the American 4% rule? And the answer seems to be yes. If you have 1 crore, in Indian conditions, you will be able to withdraw 4 lakhs per annum, which is 4%. But it is not providing for inflation, so you may want to provide something higher. But yes, 4 lakhs per annum is what the fund is expected to provide. When I say fund, I mean the retirement fund. So first is the sustainability. 1 crore is sufficient for this, but you might require, say, 30 times the annual expenses, and 30 times the annual expenses is 2 crore 10 lakhs. Here for annual expenses, I am ignoring the pension. Pension will act as a buffer, so the 2 crore 10 lakhs is the pension that they require, the corpus that they require. Now this will determine how much money to keep in the first bucket. When we are talking of the bucket theory, how much money to keep in the first bucket. So you're talking of only 5 years expenses. If you're talking of 5 years expenses, it's only 15 lakhs in bucket 1, which is highly liquid, which could be bank fixed deposit, ultra short bond fund, and liquid fund, and those kind of maybe a savings fund, right? These kind of funds is what we are looking for in the first bucket. If you're talking of 5 years expenses, it is 15 lakhs. I would put 8 years expenses, that would be about 25 lakhs. If 25 lakhs is done in a combination year, which may also include some senior citizen fixed deposits which you have kept, then that should take care of the next 8 years expenses in the worst case scenario that the market remains down, right? So that is bucket number 1, where you have decided that you will want 8 years expenses lying there, because it is a portfolio which is not going to have any additions. Both of them have no intentions of doing anything commercial to be able to bring in any fees. They're both going to work, but they're going to work with NGOs with zero expectations of any income. So therefore it's important that you plan for that gap of 3 lakhs. 4 lakhs is already a pension. So about 15 to 25 lakhs depending on your comfort level will go into bucket number 1. Then we will have to see what goes into bucket number 2. Bucket number 2 is about good quality bonds and good quality equity, because you are already providing for 8 years expenses, or the other solution is to provide in bucket number 1 for 5 years expenses, and then go into bucket number 2, which will have some funds like the corporate bond fund, which will have 3-4 years duration. So that is out of the first bucket, so that goes into bucket number 2. And it will have very high quality bonds, it will have very high quality equity, it will not have too much of mid cap and small cap in a worst case scenario, right? So all this will happen so that your bucket number 2 will have good quality bonds, and you will have decent equity, but not too much of equity, maybe 70-80% in debt and 20% in equity kind of funds, which are the multi-asset funds. That will be bucket number 2. And bucket number 3 will be high quality equity, which would be in and very good quality bond funds. That would be bucket number 3. And bucket number 4 would be your risk taking, where you say I will have mid cap, I'll have small cap, I'll have lot of large cap equity also, but all that will be in bucket number 4. And I don't think I will need to ever withdraw from bucket number 4. However, If the market continues to surge its way up, I would, after doing this allocation, I would keep on withdrawing from bucket number 4 and I would shift to bucket number 1 if need be, only when the market corrects by say 20%. So 50,000 index or the Sensex goes to 40,000, I may turn to my debt funds for withdrawal. But if my 50,000 is becoming 60,000 or 52,000 is becoming 59,000, I have no doubt that all my withdrawals will come on a monthly basis from the equity markets by selling a for a little bit. I need 40,000 rupees. Share is 800 rupees. I will sell 50 shares. Share is 1600 rupees. I will sell 25 shares, right? I will decide which share, how much to sell on a regular basis, especially during a time when markets are going up and going up continuously, right? So that is what I will do. So it's not cast in stone that I have to withdraw only from my debt fund. Withdrawing from equity is risky, especially when the markets are down. You might withdraw too many more units or you'll sell too many more shares. So that is why we advise generally that not to put your equity money for withdrawal. However, it is a good strategy to withdraw from equity during times of market euphoria, because it lets you automatically reallocate on a month-to-month basis. You are reallocating your funds by withdrawing money from equity and spending it. Equity money is for spending on such things or for your day-to-day living only during a bull market. And it's a great time maybe to remove some equity and buy some equipment that you want, etc. All that can be done, but this combination will have to be checked on a regular basis, and you have to decide what is the asset allocation which gives you good return, safety of capital, good return, good liquidity, decent growth, tax efficiency, right? A combination gives you all this. If you know how to do it, or take the help of an advisor with some experience in creating a portfolio for a retired person from the age of 60 till the age of 100, somebody who has that experience. Accumulation phase, you find a lot of people with a lot of experience. In the withdrawal phase space, you will not find too many people with a lot of experience. Thank you.